What's going on, y'all? This is Side Talk Sports Locker Room Talk with your boy. On this episode, we're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders' rookie minicamp practices, the news, notes, and what the media got to say. Let's go.
Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Side Talk Sports Locker Room Talk with your boy Eli Griffin, powered by RST.P Media. Welcome, everybody. We're going to talk about the weekend that was Shedeur Sanders minicamp experience, minicamp, first day of minicamp, first thing in camp, lot of things to get into when it comes to this subject matter. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to check out his press conference that he had after, I believe, day 2 of practice. And I want y'all to see, and I want you guys to see how poised this young man is. And then you'll get to my thoughts here in a minute.
Year since you've gotten to Cleveland?
Yeah, so typically every state I go to, I don't really be on like social like that. I got people that just run it for me and stuff. So like what I find fun and interesting, and it's a lot of just, I don't know, it's just joy to me. It's just going to those high schools, middle schools, and just, engaging with the younger kids, because they mind's not corrupted of other people's opinions. So that's why I find joy and happiness going to different schools and being able just to talk to them and see the joy on their face, because they followed the journey. So even through everything, whenever it was going crazy, wild, negative, everything, my happiness was going there. So that's what I always resort to. I always like send pizza to their school, like show them that I'm still able to connect with them. They still able to connect with me. And eventually I was supposed to get on the game with them also, but.
The man is poised. The man is poised beyond his years, mature beyond his years. And the hate and the talk with him is unwarranted. And when I say that is, you just think this guy's doing all of that for show. It's not for show. And I keep on iterating this to my audience and to y'all fans or y'all non-fans. He's just a well-spoken, good kid that people gravitate to him. And I just don't understand. I feel like he exudes that and he absorbs that and just kind of just stays even kill. But we'll further on with that. But let's finish with the interview and then we can get into all that.
To do is just, my life and just what it came with.
Shedeur, it seems like you have really kept your head up, you've kept your spirits up.
Mm-hmm.
You always have a smile on your face, even in the wake of tumbling to the 5th round of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So how have you been able to do that? I mean, you just didn't let this take you down.
I mean, you just got to step back and look at life. Like, you're in a great situation overall that you're able to be healthy. That's one thing going through, even with my brother going through an injury and my pops and everybody in the family, like you value life and you value opportunity and just waking up every day a different way. So that's kind of why it's nothing for me to really, no matter what, in any situation, I can't really be fazed by it. It's like playing quarterback. You go down there, you may have not scored the whole game or whatever, but then when it gets to that final 2 minutes and it's time to lock in extra, you can't be in your feelings. You can't be down about anything. You still got another chance.
And yeah, so what I'm saying, what I'm looking at is a confident young man. I'm gonna get to another video about him not having that competitive edge or mad that he wasn't drafted high, which it's stupid, but that's just what people make it to be. He's like, so Mike Florio and Chris Sims were talking, and you know what? I love those two, and I love how they talk. But they're like, from what they can see, is he's not mad. He don't have a chip on his shoulder. He's just, but he's even kill. You can be pissed off, but you don't have to have the show the world that you're mad. So that's one thing that I didn't like about the clip that I'm going to show you here down the road. So they question his leadership, his qualities, his leading a team, being the CEO of a team, and trying to quarterback to be QB1. And yet, everything I've seen on Twitter, I believe that he shows his highlights. Or his highlights, okay, it's just minicamp, we know. But this is nothing new from one to another. I'm just saying this. People put too much on this, as in he's a 5th-round pick. He has to make the team. All this, etc. He's going to make the team. And all you hate motherfuckers need to just stop. He's going to make the team. People are more worried about Shedeur than Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett. And I guarantee you this, when the vets come in, they're going to ask Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco about Shedeur and what they see and what they think. So yes, Browns fans, I know some of y'all divided, but this is who you're going to get. I witnessed it here when he was with CU. Granted, no one was going to compete with him, but he brings, like I said, he moves the needle. And I want y'all to understand, people just like to not necessarily hate, but tell you who he is without him telling you who he is, if they show you who they are. So he has not shown anybody else other than he is a hardworking, with leadership qualities, good quarterback. He ain't show you, he ain't getting in trouble, he's not in trouble, he's not doing all this bullshit. He shows you who you are, who he is just by his actions. He don't say I'm the best. He's not saying this. He just said, hey, I'm gonna prove myself right. And when he says that, come on now. You get what I'm saying? So that right there, I just don't understand. Another thing displays those. Those are actions. So we don't know. We just gotta watch his actions. And people don't know. I'm gonna show you a clip of Mike Frolio and Chris Sims talking about we don't know if he's gonna we don't know if he's mad. He don't seem like he's upset by dropping in the draft. I bet he's mad about it. I 100% think he is mad about it. But is he gonna go to a media that has nothing to do with it and be mad at them? No. That's something that I don't understand why people even like it doesn't make sense. Like, he should be pissed off. He should talk that shit. But at the end of the day, he's not going to put it on somebody else. I believe so for the anonymous bullshit people that come out and say all these things. But listen to this clip and I want y'all to check this out.
And be very relaxed and very loose and untroubled and unbothered by anything off the field. There aren't many guys like that.
Yeah, right.
You're going to see flashes of the guy who is the stone cold killer on the field when he's talking, especially if he's pissed off. If he's pissed off, you're going to sense him. And that's when I look at Shaduer and I say, man, he doesn't seem very pissed off. He fell all the way to number 144.
Right.
And I'm just based on what my eyes are seeing and my ears are hearing.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem very pissed off that he fell to 144.
Yeah, no, I hear you there. But yet, every time to this point, as far as football is concerned, he seems to be ready to go and ready to play and does great things, and people around him believe in him. And I think, again, let's talk about this a little deeper. And you look at social media over the weekend, right? Because I sit there and look at football social media. I like to. You get to see some highlights of some guys and stuff. And, I mean, it's already started. You can tell social media, Shedeur, the Browns, all of that, right? And Dylan Gabriel, who's drafted in the 3rd round and a bunch of picks before that, he's already having to hear and see Shedeur highlights. They're definitely put out there on social media a lot more than Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel's been made fun of in a few social media highlights I've seen already. So there's been that. Then you talk about his ability to lead or get people around him. They take a picture as the rookies, and they kind of do the Shedeur Sanders pose as the rookies. And Dylan Gabriel sitting on the end going, you can see he's like, wait, I got picked before him, but all the rookies are doing.
So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it shows for what he was just saying. It exposes for all you dumbasses that slanders Shedor's name by even stating that he's not a leader. People follow him. Just like we'll get to even more clips about and more receipts about people following him. People are Cleveland fans because of Shedeur. People are interested in Cleveland Browns news because of Shedeur. No one gives a shit prior to that. So the slander that you put on his name and is uncalled for, and the fact that you don't think he's a stone cold killer is uncalled for. You don't know. But on the field, he produces. On the field, he makes plays. On the field, he does what he does best and play quarterback. So I'm not exactly sure why that's even a question, why his leadership ability is questioned in that sense. It doesn't make sense to me, but some people are are just, I guess, just what it is. So yeah, it doesn't make sense. So stuff right here. This is leadership. People are exuberant and absorbing. I mean, absorbing Shedeur, the not just the quarterback, but the
Oh,
but
sorry, guys.
the
Maybe in the back we could doing anything.
and that's what I'm saying. People, he's his last name makes him a legacy, but it's what he does with that legacy now. You know what I mean? His dad gave him that legacy on that because his last name, but now he has to prove to others. But like he said, he's going to prove to himself. That's all you can ask for. I'd rather somebody tell me, I'd rather prove to myself I'm as good as I am than for somebody and to be mad at somebody that you don't believe in me. You know what I mean? And you guys just let me know. Put in the comments and all that good stuff. So just let me know how you feel about that. And another thing we're going to get into. And also, I'm going to show you another receipt about this is the running back draft pick, Samson. I think Dylan Sampson. He posted this up on Instagram. Like, just like they know who Shedeur is because they're closer to Shedeur. They're bonding with Shedeur, and they can tell the leadership. They're following Shedeur. So what do you? So I don't understand why media and some of these beat writers and all this like, oh, he's arrogant. He don't know how to lead, or we have questions on his leadership abilities. It looks like people are leading to me. It looks like this is leadership right here. They're posting Shedeur. They're not posting get Dylan Gabriel or Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett. They're not doing this. People are not doing this. This is multiple. There's multiple teammates that are doing this. So something Store's doing behind the scenes that obviously the media is not paying attention to is rubbing off on some of these players. And the locker room would know. If you've ever been in a locker room, players will tell the coaches who they want to play, who do they think they can play. So like I want y'all to understand and recognize that if you've never been in a locker room, that's something that you guys don't understand then. Because I've been in locker rooms. We know who we believe that gives us the best chance to win. And these I know they're rookies, but they already started to believe in this. That's a receipt right there. That just proves to all the haters, you know what I mean, the Sanders haters, that you know what? That's my leader right there. And people don't get that. Now, so now we're getting into The media is mixed. It's Cleveland's media is mixed. Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel and how they think they performed in mini camps. So it's a 50-50 split. What I'm hearing, but also hear people saying that the people that don't are seeing, or the media that is seeing Dylan Gabriel as winning minicamp so far, or the competition so far, are biased because they don't like Shedeur, downplaying it more than Dylan Gabriel's doing as great as people are saying. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna show you a clip of a Cleveland beat writer, and we're gonna share what he has to say.
Hi, everybody. Tony Grossi back with your Cleveland Browns rookie minicamp report presented by Permco. Well, on Friday, Coach Kevin Stefanski said everything the quarterbacks do, the rookies, will be scrutinized, both or evaluated, as he clarified, both on the field, in the meeting room, in the locker room. What about in front of the media? Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders had their first press conferences as members of the Cleveland Browns, and I got to tell you, it was a draw. Both were outstanding, presenting themselves, said all the right things, and they were very interesting and very good to listen to. On the field, I have some numbers for today, the second day of minicamp. In the 7-on-7 periods, they each had 2 7-on-7 periods, 8 reps each. Numbers, you're interested in numbers? Don't overreact, people. Dylan Gabriel, 12 for 16. These are drills that the ball should never really hit the ground unless there's a good pass breakup. Dylan Gabriel, 12 for 16. 1 interception by linebacker Carson Schlesinger. Shedeur Sanders, 8 for 16. So that's where it went numbers-wise today. Don't kill the messenger, Shedeur Sanders fans. That's the way it was today. They come back on the field tomorrow. Media will not be allowed. That's going to make for a very happy Mother's Day to everybody.
So that's what I got. He just went throw for throw and the percentages, beat writers, media guys, and just stuff like that. Sorry. So, but I also have my man from the barbershop. He's a media personality, content creator from Cleveland, and he's even stepping on a lot of people's narratives about Shedeur, and they're downplaying Shedeur's minicamp throws and the grasping of the offense compared to Dylan Gabriel's. But he's stating that it's Shedeur's just outplaying Dylan Gabriel in all facets, and the media is stepping on him. So I want y'all to check this out, and I've been listening to this guy because he's firsthand there. First of all, he's in Cleveland, and that he has some pretty good content. So I want y'all to check out what he also has to say about this situation.
But there's a lot of people that thought we was going to let y'all get that off. We wasn't going to let you get it off like that, man. We weren't going to do it. Because let me just tell you something. I was a little perturbed the last couple of days. Because I don't like how y'all try to put your thumbs on the scales. I didn't like it. Local media, it was nasty work. You guys try to put your thumb on the scale and weigh it down and try to be like, oh, yeah, actually, really, I got Dylan Gabriel winning this matchup. I actually have Dylan Gabriel. He was 100 for 100, and Dan Marino came out of the stands and told him that he was the greatest quarterback he's ever seen. Shut your mouth. You be lying. Shedeur Sanders not.
So that's another half of the media just stating things that I believe. I don't know. I'm biased toward. I'm not necessarily biased. It's just people are split. Media is just split in Cleveland. Honestly, from majority of what I'm hearing, they want Shedeur to be the franchise quarterback. Dylan Gabriel is just a cog in this stuff. This is what my sense and my research, sort of say, is coming out to be. So we have even more receipts about how divided this competition is. We have another, and this is with the same guy. I forgot his name, but the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show as well. They even have reporters that were on the field during mini camps, and they're stating different lens than the old white guy, the old good old boy was talking about. So we got one side of the media stating that Shedeur is okay, not doing too well, but the other media say no, Shedeur is steps ahead, far above Dylan Gabriel at this point in time, with installs, with learning the offense, from reading quarterback coverage to just being that quarterback that we here in Denver or Colorado in general knew who he was. So those are certain things that are kind of just I guess not misleading, but controversial, sort of say. But at the end of the day, some of those good old boys, like the old good old boy, he's going to say that. He's from the old school and probably didn't like his dad. That's probably why he's saying that. And he's going to backpedal some, like, it's just the first step. It's just the first step. But that's just what it is. It is necessarily the first step. But he's going to backtrack just because he don't want to throw his bias or his non-like of Shedeur and don't want him to become that quarterback. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just what it is, but that's the politics of football. What is it? And he has it also. Here's another clip of another receipt of the good old boy. No offense, I'm just saying. The good old boy. The old good old boy. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. On about what he says. This is today. This happened today. And check out what he says.
Who looked better to you? I thought Dylan Gabriel both days looked a little bit better. Why? He throws a tight spiral. He throws a beautiful ball. He's very assertive. He knows the pocket. You could tell that, even though they're not rushing. He just has a pocket presence. Better arm strength than I thought. Height wasn't an issue? Not in this venue. I mean, it's touch football not right now. So, but you're still counting the numbers. Yeah, but the numbers are the only things that don't lie. I mean, you could say he's short. Yeah, he's 5'11". So he's short. But you think it wasn't an issue now? It could be in the future. Oh yeah. So anyway, I thought Gabriel was a little bit better both days. Doesn't mean Shadur Sanders is a bust or anything. He just the other guy looks better.
So that's he was on the ESPN Cleveland with Riz, and I like that guy. He's an Italian dude that I dig. But the old good old boy went on there and just said what he says, but he's gonna say that. He's gonna say it just to be PG. He's honestly flat out think he's biased about the situation, and maybe I'm a little biased. But I'm a rock with the better quarterback regardless, and that's just what it's gonna be. And from day one I've been stating on Side Talk Sports Podcast. You can find that here on this channel. That Shedeur is a better quarterback, and I believe he's the better quarterback in the draft, or that came out this year. But that's beside the point. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I don't see Shedeur losing the battle to any of these guys. Do I believe that he's going to be starting first game? No. It's just simple fact that they're going to give that veteran. So Joe Flacco's going to start the season. Like I stated before, if they're 0-3, they're going to start calling for Shedeur. And again, for all the analysts from big time networks, oh, is he going to make the team? He is making this team. I don't know why everyone keeps on. He's a 5th round pick. How is he going to make the team? No, motherfucker. He's going to make the team. I don't think you guys understand that. This is bigger than football. He's something bigger than football. I know he's not supposed to be bigger than football, but his brand is bigger than. I guess it's not bigger than football. His brand is too big to allow him to be cut. And I think he's just talented enough not to be cut. And I actually think he's more talented than all the quarterbacks on their roster. But that's beside the point. So, all in all, one thing I want to show is from the facility. And my man, Shady, McCoy and James Jones seems like they're the only ones kind of back in Shedeur. And Chase Daniels, I just don't get what he to me, I just don't get it. I understand he played in the league, he was undrafted, he worked his ass off to make a team and he did all those things and Acho, he was a fifth round pick and he did this. It's different. It is 100% different than what y'all went through. But McCoy and James, is it James Jones? Yeah. Like they're the only ones that really just kind of hold it down for Shedeur and not just believe. They see what's going on. Like I don't think they understand. I don't think the other two understand. And they be flip flopping. Chase Daniels and Emmanuel Acho be flip flopping their asses off every time I watch this show. They're flip flopping. But Shady McCoy and James Jones, they stand on business. They stand on what they believe in, and they're standing on what they're saying. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's just check this out real quick.
Starting week one, I think, is out of his control because he's not going to have a lot of opportunities to start week one. But he will start some games this year, right? And he will start some games just because the track record shows that the dudes that are in front of him are not that good. Right? The dudes that are in front of him, they do not play good football consistently. Right. So I think it will be an opportunity for him to start some games during the season. He's going to make this team. All right, that was very clear at minicamp. Listen, the first impression is the best impression. For him to go out there in rookie minicamp, and I don't care who out there, I don't care if it's Walmart workers, Home Depot workers, I don't care who it is. If you go out there and you play well, that means something to these coaches. Absolutely. And Shedeur Sanders being a fifth-round pick, him coming out there looking the way he looked at the quarterback spots, you better believe they left rookie minicamp like, oh, shoot, this young fella really can play the game of football. I don't care who you're out here playing against. He's going to have an opportunity to come out there in training camp and show himself. It might not be a lot of opportunities because of Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel, but when he does get up there and make the most of opportunities in preseason as well, I think he makes this football team, and he will start some games because Joe Flacco, we seen him last year. Kenny Pickett, we seen him in Pittsburgh. They are not consistent quarterbacks in the National Football League. I think he has an opportunity to start halfway during the season. I really do. Starting week one, I think, is out of.
And that right there, 100%. He's been standing on that. And we all has been standing on business when it comes to. I'm repeating the same shit that I already repeated. Overall this weekend and the store mid camps, he did his thing. He showed out. He made those first impressions to the coaches. And then, hey, shit, they know he can play now. They know he can play. So now they're thinking, like, honestly, I think they believe he's not what people say that he is or he was. All the undisclosed comments and bad meetings and all he cares about himself. I think they've seen how he's about ball. He's about ball and perfect his craft. And at the end of the day, he is a baller, a dog. He is as a quarterback, but he's going to be he's competitive enough to win. He wants to win. So overall, my thoughts is Shedeur, and it sounds like Shedeur is winning this quarterback battle between rookies. We'll see when the veterans come in, and we'll see how it works from there. Do I believe in the depth chart when it finally comes out before the first preseason game? Am I going to see Shedeur above Dylan Gabriel? I believe, yeah. Do I believe he's going to be behind Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco? Of course, for now. Do I give him an do I believe he's going to play this season? Yes. I've been saying that the whole time. He's the best quarterback in that quarterback room. So, yes, I believe he's going to play this season. Once he get in the game, let's see how he moves. You know what I mean? Let's see how he plays, which I have confidence in him that he's going to ball out. And he's going to show and prove people wrong. Or, like he says, prove himself right. So, leave your comments in the comment section. Like, hit the button, subscribe, show me some love, subscribe to the channel. So, thank you for rocking with me. This is The Locker Room with your boy. I'm out. Peace.
Run it, I can't take no loss.